Hey, what's up guys, the Strongboys19 here. Time to do another album review from these guys. So yeah, Between the Buttons, their 5th studio album. And this is definitely a really massive turn throughout their musical style from their entire career. And it came out in 1967. And what I mean by a massive turn from this whole album is that they've decided to, move on to a different type of direction for their musical style than just playing the same rhythm and blues and rock and roll thing over and over again. So, yeah, they just thought to themselves, let's just experiment a little bit. So, yeah, this is definitely the first album to feature, another really good genre, but very briefly at this point of view, which is psychedelic rock. And this isn't completely packed with psychedelic rock. It has some little bits and pieces of blues rock. And, the whole idea of this musical experimentation basically happened on the album Aftermath, where they've been experimenting a little bit with their original rock sound. But on this album, they've really added in just much more interesting things in the mixture. And this is, in my opinion, their most interesting album. A lot of people really do not criticize this album as one of the band's best works. Well, in my honest opinion, this is definitely one of my personal favorite albums throughout their entire discography. And for me, there's just nothing wrong with this album. It's just a really, really good album. And when it came out, it was a big success once again. So, yeah, it has 12 tracks, and I just really, really enjoyed this album all the way through, from start to finish. And this is definitely a complete phenomenon of different styles between the song creativity and just the music themselves. The moving turn from the Rolling Stones was when they were just straightforward rock and roll type of band. Then they just, moved on into, a different musical style. And I think that's just, a really good idea for them to do that. Some changes from different bands work, and there are some changes that don't work. So, yeah, I'm not the type of guy that is like 100% on every single change from the bands that I enjoyed listening to mostly. But Between the Buttons was one of these albums where I can just sit back, relax, and just listen to the album from there, because the musical style is just, everywhere, non-stop, all around their type of music. The only person that really, really worked hard to make this album really unique was Brian Jones. He's definitely the man that's had been working his ass off in the studio, trying to think of some more things to make this whole album absolutely different and yet really great at the same time. Brian Jones uses a lot of different instruments for, like, the organ on the songs Complicated and She Smiles Sweetly. The electric dulcimer on Cool, Calm, Collected. There was the the saxophone on Something Happened to Me Yesterday, and you know, involving other instruments. You know, Keith Richards is still using the guitar, and he was using the double bass and also the bass guitar, and Charlie Watts is still playing the percussion and the drums, and Bill Wyman on bass guitar and double bass percussion, and you know, the rest of the guys are doing backing vocals. So yeah, the whole album is definitely extremely solid, and it's catchy by a lot of the tracks, and you know, I'll just talk about some of the tracks that I really enjoyed. My Obsession is pretty much like a very simplistic type of song that's, you know, including the drum beat that's, you know, played repeatedly as a loop over and over again, but the music and the vocals are just absolutely really spot on. Backstreet Girl is another really good song, and it just packed with the really sweet, beautiful sound on the acoustic guitars, and I really like the vocal style of Mick Jagger's vocals. His vocals on this song is really much more calm and just very relaxing, and I just really liked this song a lot. And this is the only song that Mick Jagger really liked, and the rest, you know, as quote, more or less rubbish. But you know, Mick Jagger's opinions can be you know, fair, and other opinions from different people can be fair. Well, I loved every single thing on the album. That's just my opinion. And another really good song that I really enjoyed is the song All Sold Out. This is definitely a really kind of catchy song. Just really love the sounds of the you know, the guitar work and the vocals all around, and other instruments that just fit the music perfectly. And another amazing song on here was the song Yesterday's Papers. Yesterday's Papers is pretty much like a quicker pace song, and you know, it's just 2 minutes of just pure entertainment basically, and it's absolutely great from here on out. And you know, the sounds of the harpsichord, the marimba and vibraphone sounded absolutely great to fit in with their sound of the rock musical style with the psychedelic stuff put together. So yeah, I'm not going to talk about every single track on here in case you guys haven't checked this whole album out yet. And this is the final album from their discography that's been ever produced by Andrew Luke Oldham, because during the recording sessions of their next album, their Satanic Majesty's Request, Andrew just got fed up with the band because the band has been going through some bits and pieces of drugs all around, and you know, Andrew just got fed up with this whole thing, so he left during those sessions. So Andrew's production work on most of these albums from the 60s are absolutely really good, you know, from their debut all the way to Between the Buttons, and I just loved the sounds of the instruments that sounded absolutely beautiful and perfect, and the vocals all around, and you know, the mixing isn't, you know, too high or too low. It's just perfect with the production in every way. So yeah, this is definitely the one that I really enjoyed a lot, just as much as their second album and Out of Our Heads. So yeah, you can give this album a good chance if you like some music that's just a big change up. than their own original style of music and sound, basically. So yeah, that's just pretty much it, guys, and definitely check it out if you haven't yet. So yeah, the album rating for Between the Buttons is yet again going to be a 10 out of 10. So thanks for watching, guys.